It is understandable that leaders and those who affect leaders in each of the countries that we represent might well take the point of view that each nation, for its own reasons, should in effect go into business for itself. That each nation should seek to make a bilateral agreement with the oil-producing nations, even though that bilateral agreement might not be one which would be in the interests of all of the nations, and 85% of all of the oil consumed is represented here in this room, the oil consumed in the free world. This point of view, which of course I would describe as isolation in the energy field, is one that perhaps has some currency in some of your countries. It also has some in ours. In a group like this, it is well to gloss over all the differences, but we recognize that each of us has a responsibility, and I recognize this particularly, to look after the interest of his own country. We respect you for it. We understand it. But I would respectfully submit that in the present world situation, when we look at energy, that these conclusions could well be drawn. I go back to security. We can have no real security in the world unless we are all secure and unless we all cooperate. In the field of trade, we cannot have a new trading system in which we will all benefit, where each tries to gain at the expense of others. Each, of course, must bargain hard. But the world is only going to be one in which we have a trading pattern which will be for the benefit of all if we have mutual benefit on both sides. The same is true of what negotiations we may engage in terms of monetary affairs, and I would suggest to you also in the field of energy.